The Half-Life 2 beta, also known as the Half-Life 2 alpha, the Half-Life 2 leak, the beta, or the leak, is a generic name that refers to Half-Life 2 during its interesting early development stages from 1999 to its initial release in 2004. Ever since in 2018, the Project Beta team has created patches in 2017 maps and models for the beta using the source engine by the community and other modders. Half-Life 2 was merely a rumor until a strong first impression at E3 in May of 2003 launched it into a high levels of hype, where it won several awards for Best in Show. It was scheduled for a release date on September 30th, 2003, but was ultimately delayed. The pushing back of Half-Life's 2 release date came in the wake of cracking of Valve's internal network through a null session connection to Tangus, which was hosted in Valve's network, and subsequently upload an ASP shell, resulting in the leak of the game's source code on the internet in early September 2003. On October 2nd, 2003, Valve CEO Gabe Newell publicly explained in the Half-Life 2.net forums the events that Valve experienced around the time of the leak and requested users to track down the perpetrators if possible. The book Half-Life 2 Raising the Bar and the numerous leaked files revealed many of the game's original settings and actions that were either cut down or removed entirely from the final cut of the game. Half-Life 2 was originally intended to be far more darker based on far grittier artwork, where the Combine were more obviously draining the oceans for minerals and replacing the atmosphere with toxins, murky gases. Half-Life 2 was also originally intended to be much more diverse in setting, and the original journey was extremely long to the extent that the game felt almost overblown with little time being spent on developing existing characters. One of the key reasons for being a cut, several City 17 levels at the start of the game and complete chapters from the second half of the game were completely removed and sometimes reintroduced in the subsequent Half-Life 2 episodes. Parts of the book, Half-Life 2 Raising the Bar, and the leaked files detail how Gordon will fight alongside characters such as Ordell or the Boreals or Hyperborea, as well as fighting together with Captain Vance and Vance's forces, the conscripts in the air exchange, the weather control, the rooftops of City 17. Originally, Eli and Alex Vance had no relation, and Eli's lab was located in a cave, and the scrapyard was much rougher than the better equipped laboratory with a hydroelectric power station. In the retail version, the scrapyard area where the gravity gun tutorial takes place, being an auxiliary area as an opposed to the bulk of the lab, is a reminiscent of the original concept. The Citadel also looks very different. It was more round than the bulky Citadel from the final version. So why am I talking about this? Why? Because I was discussing about the original plot and give you guys a little bit of more backstory, but I know we're not here. Even though the game got leaked in the early stages, we're going to be looking into the files, the beta files, where actually I'm pretty interested in. It's called Trans6.wav, and it holds a pretty dark story behind that. So let's get right into it. So I discovered this on Reddit, and we're going to read it together. It states this by Azov Magnum. He says this: I recently started looking into the Half-Life 2 beta and video game mysteries in general. As far as I know, one of the leaked betas had a map I found. I think it's called Hazardous 1, which was probably a tutorial like in the first game. Hence the name. Apparently by performing some kind of exploit, the player could be able to enter an inaccessible area where Gman would say, "Cleverly done, Mr. Freeman. But you're not supposed to be here. As a matter of fact, you're not. Go back where you came from and forget about this until we meet again." Not only that, but the background of the area was black and had text of various colors constantly moving, which seemed to be a nonsense involving Gordon. All of this I still understand. It could be just an Easter egg probably done after the beta testers discovered the exploit. Gman speeches are always weird, so having this one fucking around with a cheating player doesn't seem that strange. Even though it's more punishing than the emergency shuttle in Portal, which is another Easter egg in a similar situation. My problem comes with the audio played in the area Trans6, which is said to be a highly distorted version of an audio of a Soviet astronaut's transmission noticing unusual heat, unaware of a failure happening at the moment, who then burns alive due to the said failure. What the f? I understand that the original Half-Life 2 was meant to be darker, but how does it fit anywhere? Did they plan to use this for an enemy? Was it just there to buff with the player in the Easter egg? That just seems to exist for no reason. Was it a part of the scene? Half-Life 2 does have a Soviet theme, so maybe the transmission was for something happening in game. Maybe about the 7-hour war, or maybe the actual incident happening in game and having relevance to the plot or the lore. But this doesn't fit either, as the earlier versions didn't have the Soviet theme, but an American one instead. Not only that, but I have been researching this whole time, and I've found almost nothing. As for the audio I've heard, its alleged content and its veracity or even existence being certain. As for the in-game audio Trans6, I have found some of the videos of it, etc. They talk about the story behind it, the astronaut incident, and nothing more. Nothing questioning why would it be in Half-Life. Sorry if I'm missing something obvious. I'm new to all of this and exhumed from my English. Thanks. It's okay. We all have some mistakes, but I will say this for my alleged opinion. I think the reason why they added to the game because it was about this astronaut dying from extreme heat and it's supposed to be in game, but that's just my opinion. Now let's see what he's talking about the astronaut being in heat. Let's discuss this right now, and let's talk about the map that he mentioned. Let me put some gameplay that I found online.
Go ahead, Dr. Freeman. See if you can hit that crate with the supplied ammunition. Oh, fie. This is quite unexpected. Wait right where you are, Dr. Freeman. Don't move until I return.
What's going on in there? Look at these readings. He seems to be... Get him back on track. Immersion therapy now.
Cleverly done, Mr. Freeman, but you're not supposed to be here. As a matter of fact, you're not. Get back where you belong and forget about all this. Until we meet again.
Go ahead, Dr. Freeman. See if you can hit that crate with the supplied ammunition. Well, that's just fine. You may advance to the next area now.
Welcome back, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the little gameplay. Did you guys hear the audio? It was in the hallway. So, while you guys were listening to the audio and listening to Gman's speech, I had to do a little bit more research. When I was looking to the original comments of the Trans6.wav on the first video it came up on YouTube, I looked in the comments for a little bit, this lady, Lena Willis, said this. This is what she has to say. This is supposedly an audio file of a female in the 60s complaining about the heat in her aircraft before it exploded due to heat. I'm guessing Valve distorted it to shit for a Combine in Half-Life 2. Shit's really scary. And somebody, right under there, Nevkit, said this. Yes, it's a female Cosmonaut, or I think it means communist astronaut, who perished due to a bad re-entry in her doomed spacecraft. And he pasted a link to the original transcript. We're gonna listen to it together. So welcome to the end of the segment of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the little video. But the thing is, if you guys read the transcript that I had displayed, you can look at it in the description below, and I'll paste it down there. But this is where I talk about my final thoughts and my conclusions. It's kind of skeptical because when I was doing my research, somebody had said that it's already proven false. But what do you guys think? Here's my thoughts about it. Here's my initial thoughts. It's actually pretty dark, and all the other sounds that I was reviewing was actually pretty dark as well. And this actually made Half-Life, the original Half-Life now that we have, ever since the first release day, actually had baby sounds. And to be honest, I wish they could have kept the darker sounds. At least it could have some more nightmare feel into it. And it will actually be really cool, and I think it will hit more of the market space. But you can actually play the Half-Life 2 beta right now if you can. You can actually search it up and download the game yourself, and it's actually going to be pretty fun. So I would give it a try, and I might do a gameplay one day. But the ultimate conclusion is that it's still haunting even though it's proven false, somebody has said, but it brings a lot of speculation into it, and it's proven a mystery. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time.